I do it in sounds.
I know, because the thing is with Google Meet, I don't know how to like get it so that I can share my sound with you, so that then you could just hear all the cool stuff. I usually have like claps in the background and stuff like that. It just kind of adds a little fun to the production, if you will. But yeah, man, we here for another manuscript.
Love.
Give me another hand clap for that one. I'll do that one more time. We'll introduce a new challenger.
Yeah, nice.
New challenger.
Yo, we should have that the Super Smash Bros thing.
Within the first few minutes, but as always, man, your boy Al.
Yes, sir. Hegan, baby.
We're actually live, so you see that? You see that? But you know what I'm saying, for Ish right there, man. You know what I mean?
Love, my guys.
So,
great to have you.
I'll let you introduce yourself, man. Just however you want to introduce yourself.
Perfect. My name is Ish ISMAEL, also known as Recon in the world of poetry, but I haven't worn that hat in a while.
Word? Like, what's a while?
How many hats you got?
I got too many to count. I'm an actor. That's the goal. That's the dream.
Valid.
But I'm also a producer.
Yeah, yes sir.
I started my own production company. I'm a co-founder with my boy Gene. Shout out to Gene.
Yeah, shout out to Gene, yo, great musicianist too.
Yeah.
I'm also a community support specialist. That's my day job after the pandemic.
Oh God.
And I graduated grad school. I wanted to make sure that the thing that I did put me closer to my community, and to make sure that the people in my community got what they needed to make it through the pandemic. And
nice.
the job has slowly evolved since that. I work with Northside Center. Is a children development center in Harlem.
Yeah.
And it got locations in Brooklyn and in the Bronx.
That's right.
Some Head Start areas, which is really nice. It's dope. And I spend my days making sure that people around the city, usually like South Bronx, and center of Manhattan, north of Manhattan. I try to make sure that they just are connected to the resources that they need.
Yeah, man. That's beautiful, man. Shout out to that, man.
That's my guy, man. Ish, how long we known each other, brother?
You go back 2015?
Come on, memory you know very good.
2015, I think 2015, yeah. Because I graduated high school in 2013, not even earlier, 2014. I met in 2014.
Gang.
Okay, so y'all do go back, yeah. We're talking over 10 years now.
Man, yo.
Yeah, we go back.
What a blessing, what a blessing.
Harlem Repertory Theater.
What a blessing.
Shout out to them, man. Shout out to
Keith Grant,
filmmakers,
Daniel
actors,
Tamelonis,
producers. So that
R.I.P. Oh my God, Ish, help me, please.
R.I.P.
Amanda Hargrove. Love.
Okay.
And the whole cast, man. The whole cast and crew, bro. Everybody.
Damn, that's what's up. That feels like yesterday, huh?
Yeah.
It feels like just yesterday, and time flies. That's over 10 years ago, man. So, but Ish, I didn't know all those details about you yet, so I think it's great to just also have learned that as well. I think you do much needed work, man. I mean, as always, as like me, I'm in social work. I'm a social worker, as you know, like male social workers. There's very few of us in general, and although I do believe that men, there's a lot of ways in which we show up in service, and it's not just social work. So I know that outside of social work, there are also men servicing the communities in ways to like for the betterment. And so I appreciate and shout out to you, because oftentimes that's not really like.
Yeah, that's not easy, man. That's not the
people on the front
taken.
lines, man. It's the people on the front lines that you do shit, and it kind of like, when you feed another person, bro, when you don't ask for $1 back and you're giving food, you're providing clothing, you're providing some sort of shelter, or even help getting to these places if you're not providing it yourself. Like, you need that, man, and that's not work that everybody just all willy-nilly is doing. So shout out to that, man. I think that's great. So also appreciate you bringing that up, man.
We already sound great, y'all.
Yeah,
by the way, we
good,
sound great.
Good.
We all know we rolling. Thank you to anybody tuning in.
Thank you.
You already know what it is.
Another
We're about to get into feelings. So tap in if you know about your feelings, Will. However it looks, however is right for you.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
So going around, I don't want to go first for the sake of things. So how would the fellas tonight? How
My
y'all
guy
feeling?
gotta go first. We gotta lay out the
right,
carpet for my
okay,
guy.
so-
Recon all day.
So how would you say? And we're doing this no feeling well, unless you have one popped open in front of you. But just how would you say you're feeling coming in today, Monday, June 23rd of 2025?
Today I feel like I had a roller coaster of feelings. Started the day off excited. I finally got to clean the crib on Sunday. But to give a little backstory on that, I shot a film under Altagracia Productions in my house last Saturday, and the week was just busy, so I finally got times to clean the crib. And when the crib's clean, the mind's clean. You feel me? So
That's a fact.
I woke up this Monday ready to work. I got a lot of work done with Northside Center. Before I clocked in, I was able to get some meetings done for Altagracia Productions, which felt really good. And then I went for a swim this afternoon because after a while I just started feeling a little anxious.
Ooh, a swim.
Yo, Ish, quick question. I'm gonna be human real quick.
What's up?
Can you hook a brother up with a little pool? Is that ever a thing? Is that free? Is that just a free pool?
I'm trying to get in the
Can I get
water,
the can I get the Addy?
It's the city rec centers. I got a bit of a connect because I used to work for the city back in the day as a salvavidas, savior of life, and for my people in Orange understand that reference. But yeah. but yeah, I was feeling anxious. I think it was the heat. Honestly, I think being in the heat, no AC, struggling because I messed my AC up. It was making me feel a little anxious. So going into the water, swimming for me is my way of grounding myself. Whenever I feel anxious, the water, kind of the buoyancy helps me get back to equilibrium, you know?
Yeah.
And it leaves me alone with my thoughts. And that's why I love I used to be a sprinter back in high school, like but throughout the years I've built like the long distance swimming for myself. And it's just the best because all the thoughts that are running through my mind when I'm swimming, I'm able to give them the time that they need.
Okay.
I face them because the only thing I can really do physically is swim and breathe. So it leaves me with the thoughts that are in my head, and it just gives me the clarity to decipher them, to understand them a little better. So that helped ground me and prepare me for doing this. So
okay. So how would you say you felt after that pool, man?
I felt great. One, because again, I said it, I don't got an AC. So jumping into that water, it was like paradise, yo. I felt like I was
back in the womb.
Water, bro. Yeah, yo.
You mentioned the pool. I wanted to see one right now. I was so jealous. I started sweating.
That's why I literally got into my human. Was like, please share.
Yeah, I was like, well, we like,
how did you get there?
Well, I'll let y'all know the public pools.
Take it.
New York City.
I fuck with a story, yo. Shout out to Astoria Pool, man. I fuck with that pool. That's a public pool.
Is that where you took me?
Yeah.
Oh,
big ass pool.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the biggest pool in the city.
In the city, yeah.
Wow.
I like that one. I remember when it was still, pretty decent. Not a lot of people go to it, but those times are over. That pool be packed if you're not getting there early, man.
That's what's up.
But shout out to that, man. That's good. So end of the day, great. So how about you, Rob, man?
I got you.
I appreciate that because you gave us a mixture of feelings, man, which, again, I want to highlight. Always appreciate it because I think that's also another thing that folks fail, sometimes don't want to miss, they miss. I don't know that they don't want it necessarily, but they miss that, like, they feel multiple things. It is, you know, anxiety. It is being still, you know, disappointed. It might be bliss, right? It might be gratefulness, and then so like you can feel all those things all in one day. And I think, you know, you brought up a act and a behavior and a habit that one can pick up. I mean, swimming is a freaking great exercise in general, but like water and again the breathing, the swimming, that all it's definitely self-care. So just another reminder to like take care of yourself, man, because
absolutely
it's important. So
how about you, Rob? How you feeling out there?
Well, clearly, I feel sick, but not sick, but like I was sick. I feel healing. I feel like I'm going through it, whatever it is.
Oh, what's the feeling, Rob? Come on.
You know, no, I got you. I just wanted to start clearly.
Yeah.
But I was tapping in, bro, and I appreciate you because it's all alignment, bro, and you was valid, bro, because what I wrote was everything. I was let down. I put angry, question mark. Disappointed, for sure. Roots, you know, disgusted. I felt vulnerable. I've been very vulnerable, which roots to sad, which is weird. But I'm also seeing myself even now. It's like this is an interesting kind of thing to do because I'm playful, and apparently that's rooted in happiness.
But you don't feel really happy right now, though, in a way?
I've been having struggles, like accepting.
I feel that.
I've been having struggles. I've been having guilt, which is where sad.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I wrote was amazed.
You say you've been feeling guilty to accept happiness?
Reluctant to accept the happiness because of guilt. And even though like through this journey, like I know it's just a little bit of this, not savior, not people please. I'm tired of those words because I'm like, it's like, you know, it's here and I'm like trying to get there. But it's like caring, bro. I care. I don't like the choice that I gotta stop caring, especially because, I mean, you know, shout out to Eric AZ, like he's been telling me to meet people halfway that you love. You know what I mean? Right. And it's easy to do when they're not harming you. You know, it's valid, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, the last one I put was I'm amazed and surprised it roots from because throughout all these emotions and feelings, I get blessings like this. You know? It's super bittersweet. And I'm all about the fruits of the spirit. But those aren't real fruits, so what they taste like, I guess, is bittersweet. You know what I mean? Like I can't like say as no, you know, a plum can sometimes be bitter, like a sweet, and you know it can be different. But these are like metaphorical things that I'm just trying to understand, and I don't know if I do yet. But love.
Yeah, nice. Also a bunch of emotions, man. Bunch of emotions, which, you know, Rob and I spent some time together this weekend, so. For Ish, you know, you kind of don't have this context, but you know, because you know, I don't know if you knew we hung out over the weekend, but
I don't think so.
So, you know, we experienced some things. We experienced some things together that I think has me also coming in here disappointed, still angry. You know, but I am grateful though. You know, as I'm hearing Rob say, and I tried not to escape from it because you know I did have a good weekend with family, you know, and so there's a lot of things that occurred over the weekend and over last week that I am grateful for. And then you know,
I heard some of the stuff that y'all was up to last week.
Yeah, you heard about the sessions, man. So you know, there was a lot of great things that did happen throughout the week, you know, and you know, it's life. So there's also things that were not so good that ended up happening towards the end of the week. So, yeah, I would say like still grateful, although there's still some anger. There's really rooted in like disappointment, sadness. I think, concern, concern. So not only concern for people around me, but then you know we got some news to talk about that's also concerning, which pisses me the hell off all the time. But we'll get to that in a second. Before we get to the bad, just wanna
Yeah,
leave
tap
it there,
in.
tap
Yeah.
in,
First of all,
how
'cause,
we're
like,
feeling, and then
Yeah.
also if there's any just man, if y'all can share one thing that what was that cool thing that you saw this week in the last week, some cool thing, maybe a cool movie or a cool video. If y'all want to share something for a few minutes of something that was like a highlight, something that did, to start off still and keep things a little more positive. Because I do, it's all positive, it's all positive. We ain't talking about nothing crazy. But yeah, is there anything? Because I definitely have one, but before I share mine,
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if like I had this one moment right now, like like two moments actually. It was like it was all beginning and end of the clinic. The clinic was in the middle, right? Actually, no. Actually, it was. This was in the middle.
I have so many highlights. You don't know which one to pick.
Brother. No, this was in the middle.
Yeah, it's a highlight reel.
This was in the future. You saying that this is in the middle. This is now.
No, yeah.
After, so I can play the lottery, bro.
Oh shit. Chop your nana.
It's a sequential order.
Nah, so actually it was between this. Oh, she said she can't hear anything. Is it because it's hooked up to my? Oh my God! It's his headphones.
Let me see, it's working.
Maybe it has to be hooked up to me. Yeah,
No. It's good. It should be this.
Damn! Shout out to Grandma.
All right, but
let me know when. Nah, but I got you. I'm valid. I'm on it.
I'm not going to.
Yes, Mondays will be.
Yeah.
So this was in between, and without giving too much information. On my way back from the clinic, love, I started feeling peace. Okay. It brought me peace, which is also rooted in happiness.
What brought you peace?
Getting answers. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey.
Liver good, cholesterol good. I'm borderline things, but I know I haven't been able to rest and stop. You know what I mean? Like, It is what it is, bro. At least I'm borderline. I ain't running over the line, you know what I'm saying? I ain't crossing boundaries. You know what I mean? Borderline, bro. Literally, you don't even need to know everything. Yeah. But yeah, like.
I will say shout out to that man because
health,
exactly.
Shit is right.
I'm going,
He says I can't hear shit. It's just like static. Okay.
Health is wealth.
Yo, bro, I'm gonna take this shit off.
Yeah. Health is wealth, and so I think for Rob to go to the doctor, cause look, I'll be honest, man.
Yo, you know my story, right?
It's just I know it's a thing with men that we don't go to the doctor.
Yeah.
I'm guilty. Ever since I lost my primary doctor, which was kind of like, I'm not gonna say when. Let's just say I haven't been to the doctor in a while.
Don't matter, right? The time is now. But you can't see him.
But the time is now, for real, because we should be checking ourselves, fellas. So. When was the last time you went to the doctor?
And I deal with that too in my family. I feel like it's part of like I feel like the culture somehow makes men feel like they should stay away from the doctors. Like there's a lot of men in my life that I try to have conversations with them about that and now that like the next generation is growing, for me it's like, if you ain't want to go for you, then go for them. The more you know about yourself, the more you could better prepare them.
That's true. That's a fact.
For their future,
That's a fact.
It's good that you win, Rob. I'm glad that you win and that's a highlight.
That is a highlight. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, so we can end it there, bro. I actually had just two other things, but love.
Is you have your highlight of the week?
Highlight of the week?
Or even if you came across a piece of article or even a post that made you smile, brought joy to your day. So when I say highlight, I kind of mean like that,
Nah, yeah, I think I'll go back to what I was saying this morning. Like
the pool.
This morning earlier. At the intro, it happened this morning. Me and the co-founder of Altagracia Production, Gene Perez. We had a meeting this morning to really envision what the next few months is gonna look like for us, and I had showed you, Rob, because on Juneteenth.
Very impressive.
We was chilling out at Prospect Park.
I heard,
I got some info of like our logo and our title card for the production company. And the world, they gonna see it soon. Just but to see that.
Yeah,
you know,
to
like,
see it happen because you've been thinking about it, planning it.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
and to finally have that, and shout out to Anthony. Don't got his last name.
Anthony Mackie?
Yeah.
No,
This nigga's stupid.
no, Rob, no.
We gotta get that last name, Papa, because I'm gonna make you sound famous. Anthony, wait, Anthony Hamilton?
No, bro.
Or was the other Anthony? That one who
No,
was it?
his
Mark
name is Anthony
Anthony.
Misiano.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
shout out to Misiano.
Anthony Ciano, love to you, brother.
But yeah, like seeing that stuff and being able to begin to not just daydream about the goals, you know, like
Beautiful.
to now the goals are becoming tangible. Like I can hold on to, like I could see it, you know, like we got a logo now, and like I could envision what that looks like in a shirt now. Like I don't need to
Thinking.
imagine it no more. Like I see the logo, like, and I'm playing with the colors of it. If I yeah,
the highlight.
It was a big highlight, you know, like, cause and then even talking, I met up with a friend, her name's Rawani. She's also like a psychologist, so shout out to Rawani.
Nice.
And she got her own private practice, and like we met up on Sunday just to catch up. I met her back in City College, and like she put me on to like that she started her own business too. So like even the business aspect of the creative side, you know, like to learn the business aspect of a production company. It's been challenging, but like it's making it real. You know, like exactly. It's no longer just the art side of it. Like it's the whole. Like I'm learning the whole.
Nice. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Shout out to that, man. Shout out to productivity and also meeting your life goals, man. I think that's always big. It's big or small, you know what I'm saying? I think anytime we could get started on our goals is a blessing. And just keep going, man. Keep going. You already see it. Shout out to that, man. My highlight was, jamming out. I think I finally, similar to you in a way. I've been, the fact that Google does that with the camera is pretty trippy.
Yeah. Right? It just zooms in, it's zooming in on Rob. Like,
oh, for real, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just zooms in on you. It's catching all of your little side comments with your face and all that.
Oh, man.
Because I don't know what, it does like the AI, I guess.
Shout out to Evelyn. It's all Evelyn.
It's all
that's why I got the faces.
Like, why is that doing that? Like,
make sure you got the right face on when it does that zooming.
Yeah, right,
it's going to sound like, it's going to be like, shout out to anime. It's very like, raw.
Like, I'm going to show you next time.
Yeah, you were saying the session, right?
Yeah. The session, man. So got to meet up with some of my guys, man, and you know what I say, jam out in a way. So I don't play any instruments really in a way that I would like to. So my instrument is though the samplers and finger drumming. So I kind of like had moments over the years that I'm like, oh, I'm not ready to be doing stuff live. And stuff like that. Nah, he's gonna show the bongos off, man. Like, also.
Yo, my man had the party lit.
I brought bongos.
And it wasn't just him. It started getting contagious.
Yeah. I brought bongos to a family party.
Everybody left with swollen fingers.
Well, I'll tell you why in a second. So, with that, I'm like, I want to be more confident in just like some of the abilities that I really, I've really been practicing on over the years. So one of those is like playing out live and like keeping a steady beat. So I've been doing that more, and then last week I got a chance to do that twice in 1 week. So that has been my highlight, jamming out and like really getting creative, owning that skill, and then hopefully, as it become a goal of mine, that I do make it a reality. I do get to perform in front of a crowd, have a nice set of music that I get to perform while I'm finger drumming, and then, if I have performers do the song, like, so yeah, it's all in the works, man. But that was my highlight, man, being creative and getting back to that, because that's been my self-care, dogs. Because all this crazy shit happening.
Díselo.
Like the Oklahoma City Thunder winning.
Oh.
The Giants shit is
and that chip not going
to Seattle. I don't like that. It should have went to the Pacers first. No, I'm just kidding. But
Nah.
we all basketball fans here,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
basketball
Let's jump into that a little
Okay,
bit.
okay.
'Cause I feel like that finals game. There's a lot to talk about. When it comes
Yeah?
to that.
Talk to us, Ish.
Oh, my boy was not happy.
Talk
He was
to us,
flabbergasted. Flabbergasted.
Here's my thing.
Well, first, hold on, Ish. Did you have a winner name?
I bet hard on the Pacers.
Okay.
But I also had like a net bet of
safety
OKC,
net.
which I lost all of them probably.
Okay.
But anyway, let's talk about it though, because like
I'm with you.
that Game 7
Yeah.
NBA is like it's those are the games that everybody wants to see, right?
Yeah, man.
Everybody wants to see a Game 7, and then a Game 7 at the finals, like this is it, you know. I feel like the Pacers, they were the underdog, and they won me over because being a Knicks fan, like going up against the Pacers is always like, nah, yo, fuck the Pacers, like that's.
Oh yeah, there was rivalry. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, you know, like, but I'm gonna be honest, watching the Pacers play OKC the first few games, they won me over. Like I was like, oh, I'm actually rooting for the Pacers right now, you know. Partly because I felt like for the Knicks story, it'd be a little better to be like, oh, we lost to the champs versus we lost to the Pacers. You know, like that's a different conversation. And now we lost to the Pacers. But
He just lost to the
He
Pacers.
just lost to the
yeah, we
Pacers.
just lost to the Pacers.
Yeah.
But like, damn, Tyrese, man.
Right?
That was rough.
It was
That
his
was rough.
Achilles,
Yeah,
yo.
that was rough. That was rough.
3 Achilles injuries during this playoffs, all in the East, man. All in the East.
All in the East. Yeah.
And to
Dame.
think that
Jason.
that yeah, like
And
to
then-
think that's how Tyrese went down, man. And like the more I look at the replay of when he got hurt, you could tell that he wasn't even like, the anger wasn't even towards the pain. You know, like watching, like it was all here mentally.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like, he was just like mentally like fighting, and he came out. The way he came out those first,
Yeah, he was gonna have a good game. Yeah, he was gonna have a great game.
Yeah, he was putting the team on his back, and then for it to go down like that so early in the game too, like shout out to the Pacers because they
Oh yeah, they held it
they put up
They
a
held it
fight.
tight.
You're not gonna hit the crowd for them,
They
right?
held it tight.
You're not
Nah,
gonna hit the crowd.
man. They're low. They're low.
They held-
Let me
nah,
tell
they-
you.
they
We Knicks
fought
fans
back.
out here. So,
Yeah, I seen the MSG crowd, and it wouldn't have been good either way.
Yeah.
They don't want to say we lost to the champs, the Indiana
Yeah,
champs. You know, they don't want to say none of that.
Oh, because Indiana will come back talking
What they
crazy
want to hear
next year.
is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Brunson is practicing.
Yeah.
He's in prospect.
Yeah.
He's practicing.
You know, you mentioned something Ish, I didn't with like the impact it must have had on Hallie, man, because I guess the tough part, right, as players, they how often do they get there? You know, how often do you get to the finals? And then the last few years has been a different champion every time, so you actually don't know
Who's
gonna do it. So yeah, you know, the Pacers have how many years since they've been to the finals? 20 something. So
I don't know.
so like, you know, it could be another 20 something years before the Pacers get to the finals. That's kind of fucking crazy.
And
You know, like,
No,
and,
yeah,
we
it
thought,
is.
and we thought when Durant, Harden, and Westbrook were on the Thunder and they went to the finals, we thought, oh, they lost 4-1, but they'll be back. They're young. The Thunder got a great team. They'll be back to the finals. They haven't been to the finals since, and they won it now. It's kind of crazy, man. So yeah, Halliburton, his mental health, man. I know he's gonna have to
With
have some
Hallie?
people that love him and
No.
take care of him because he's gonna have to fight up here, man. A
yeah,
lot.
and
Oh, my
and
God.
honestly, like after the game, you know, like he waited for his team at the
Which
tunnels,
is great.
the crutches and
Yeah,
everything.
man. That's
You know, like
warrior,
so
man. That's warrior.
that alone like shows you how strong his mind is. You know, that even through the pain, even through the loss, like he wasn't running from his team. He was there to hold them up. You know, like and that's beautiful, yo. Like he really
to that, man.
As a player, as a person, like he's one of my favorite players of this new generation.
Yeah, he definitely won me over. I don't know, you know, it might still be like a love for a villain type situation, like the way it is with Trey Young. but he definitely, I agree with you, man. He definitely gained my respect as a player. And yeah, it sucked, man. It sucked to see that happen. Game 7, dog, and he was cooking. Oh, I know he wanted to be there so bad. I can't even imagine how bad he wanted it, because he's worked his whole life to get to that point. So
yeah, his whole life. And then again, just to emphasize, like Game 7 in the finals is what all ballers think about, you know, like that's the game you want to play.
Facts.
And his got cut short too early.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately,
yeah. But shout out to those threes he made, because that got me one of my legs.
Yeah, I was tight. I wasn't able to catch it, bro. I was tight, and like even more so was like I was trying to convince myself, like, it's probably too soon. They're probably gonna tomorrow. You'll be alright. You'll watch it tomorrow. And then I went on YouTube in the morning and saw SGA wear his hat, and I said,
but shout out to SGA.
Yeah, no, he definitely gets to the, you know.
He did his thing this season, man.
That's valid. That's valid.
He did.
Bro, he's the first one to do what he did. He won MVP. I think he won scoring. Finals MVP.
Nah,
he's
he can't.
part
He
of
won
a
a
group
4.
of 4.
Yeah. Because Jordan did that.
Yeah.
Jordan,
Shaq, and I think
I think LeBron. Was it LeBron?
No,
Damn, I don't want to
Kareem.
Yeah,
Wasn't it Kareem?
So
Hold
Kareem, Jordan, and Shaq.
Bro,
and
I
he's
don't
the-
think not
he's the
scoring,
first to
because
join.
Jordan definitely did that.
No, but
Jordan
on
hit
the same year.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yes, I'm telling you right now.
MVP,
bro,
Finals MVP scoring and something
First
else.
of all, you don't think Jordan could do that?
No, I didn't say if you didn't, you didn't. I didn't say you can't.
No, I'm asking
He
you.
just joined.
No, hell no.
Do you think Jordan
Jordan
can do
is the
that?
best competitor in the NBA court. The next person is Kobe Bryant. Kobe memorized him to a T, but was still able to have his own identity. That's not easy.
Yeah. So
That's my opinion.
SGA did.
That's my opinion.
No, I mean, but still to be one of 4, like, that's crazy. I mean, how many NBA players haven't they been in the
And
history?
then I'm gonna dominate
Like
with
over
Shaquille O'Neal.
hundreds. He's one of
Shaquille
4
O'Neal
players out
3.
of, you know, if you include Hall of Fame, all those who ever played, like, nah, that's big. That's big. He's one of 4
who's your
over
top 3?
1,000 right now.
No, like that you like I just felt the passion that you hit Michael Jordan, Kobe, and I had to think of big. And I'm like, Shaq was dominating. Nobody broke backboards like Shaq.
I have a hard time. I don't know. I would say.
You know, you can hold it down. He's never wrong. Yeah?
So you said who you said?
We only 2 in top 3, right?
You asked top 3.
Gangsta,
You was the one
gangsta,
that brought it up.
I got
You
hype
tell
and
me.
I thought about Stephen Curry. I was like, I'm gonna do top 4. All right, no.
Top 3.
I said Mike, Kobe, Shaq.
Okay.
Respectfully. What about y'all? It's
It's
tough.
Whoa, from what I know, I go Jordan.
in order.
In
Nah,
no order, I say Jordan,
No
LeBron, and then Tim Duncan.
Ooh.
But it's hard because it's either Timmy or Kareem. But I'm gonna go with Duncan.
Timmer.
Because I watched Duncan play. I didn't watch Kareem play. I'm sorry, Kareem. I know you bust that ass.
Yeah, like I'm.
Yeah, look,
I'm
how it zooms in on you.
I'm going from what I saw. Because I'm going from what I saw.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Kobe, LeBron, and Curry.
Okay.
Shout out to Jordan. I know that Jordan is definitely a top 2 player, but my top 3
Yeah.
is top 3. Just because that's what I grew up on. That's what I.
Yeah, and it's fucking sports, man. Listen,
I'm
there's
sorry, guys,
there's a great in every era. It's hard to quantify as a team
Yeah,
sport.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't really win it all by yourself.
Also,
If
you
it's
were
a team
And
sport.
I'm big on who they are outside of the court too. Like
In 25 years, okay.
You guys are so right.
Okay.
The guys you mentioned were correct. It's just that he hadn't done it in 25 years.
It hasn't been done in
And I'm
25
only
years.
36. When I was 11, I wasn't playing basketball, so to me, it was never done before.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Right?
Nah, right.
But yeah, no. I mean, again, it's still a big feat because
Yeah, bro.
again, one of 4 players, and you're talking about Jordan, Kareem, and Shaq, one of the, like 3 of the top players ever, you know, of all time. So it's yeah.
Y lo más importante es que él tiene 26. Oh, sorry. Pressap. He's 26 years old.
Yeah, he young.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
young.
So he was 1 year old when it was done. Or he was born when it was done.
Yeah.
Dang. Shout out to
What a
that.
prophecy.
Yeah.
Yo, math is crazy.
You know, I do appreciate
The math is
what do y'all make of because like what I see in terms of difference with him, that I know it may rub some people the wrong way. But what do you make of his like presentation? Because did y'all catch his post game?
I did not. I need to.
I did catch his post game, and I just know, or if you've caught any of his post game throughout the playoffs.
Yes.
Yeah, he's just really humble.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
like,
so
and that's my thing. Like I love my
Humility?
top 3 is based on who they are.
yeah,
As
yeah.
well, like outside of like the sport, you know, and to SGA just carries himself so humbly, like he knows the work that he does.
Takes a
but
village,
he also,
most likely.
He also like gives credit to everyone that's around him, you know, because he totally understands that to get to any level in anything, you can't do that on your own.
That's a
You
fact.
could only go so far by yourself,
Mhm.
you know, and SGA being the scoring title, being the MVP, winning the championship and finals MVP, the first thing he talks about is his team.
Yep.
You know, like not even about it being the dream that he had. It's like, no, like my teammates, it's them. Like what's homie Wilson? Williams?
Jenny Williams. Yeah.
Like first.
He said
day
this should
was
be
like,
ours.
yo,
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, we should share this finals MVP."
Yeah,
Wow.
bro. Like,
Yeah.
and that's
They gonna slice that thing in half, baby.
That's the kind of humanity I love.
Yeah, me too.
To
I agree.
see when people give credit to
I love
all of the people that got him with it. Yeah.
That's a fact,
I
bro.
love that
That's a
ish.
fact. Leave that there.
Yo, damn, the crowd is on fire. Wow. Stand up. Look at them, ish.
So it's just I'm glad you said exactly what I felt, man. Yeah, so if you haven't caught it, folks, because I know there's a lot of old school heads that are, I think, moving away from the NBA though, who are like, oh no, it's all competitive, but he's very like, man, he was very much.
Can we
I
stop
appreciated
it from
that.
doing that?
I don't know how, but I
Okay,
don't want to mess with it now because I don't want to mess with
right
settings, so
choice.
I'd rather leave it there for now
My fault.
until I learn it. But yeah, no, I appreciate it, like you said, the humility and stuff. That was great. So that's what I was asking about, because I found it amazing, and I'm like, man, we need more examples of that. I hope folks are taking that in, especially young men, because we still, you know, for the most part, you know, it's too many of us out here who kind of fake like they're giving shout outs to their families, but it's really about all of them and their own. You know, people stand on the podium and give thanks to themselves a lot. So we love to see good humility, man.
Shout out to Snoop Dogg when he did that. I like to thank me, man. You remember that?
Yeah.
So
Yo, I'm telling you, a little dab, but I ain't too bad.
no. It's great to get pat yourself on the back, but
yeah.
you know, when it comes to, I think,
Uncle
you know,
Snoop is valid.
when you're giving a platform, how powerful is it? Like a big platform, like, you know, if we here us three ish, you talking your shit, I'm talking my shit. You let me talk my shit, you know.
Hey man, yeah.
Yeah, it was, you know, and obviously again, talk your shit wherever. It's like it's all because what would be missing though, if you at least don't acknowledge in a great way people who got you there, man, because
I think
success is not alone, bro. Because even in individual sports, you can even take a sport like boxing. Boxers don't get to their place without the people around them. You don't get there without your trainer. There's a lot of background.
The Mayweathers needed each other. Love.
You know, he as an
start
individual,
somewhere
he's
to-
going to the ring and he's battling it out himself. But like, you know, he don't.
But even during the games, like even during the boxing matches, in between rounds, the coaches are seeing the things that you might not be seeing. You know, like and those 30 seconds that they get to rest and get ready, that coach is in their head like, yo, his right hand's getting weak. Keep aiming at the shoulder. Keep doing this. Keep doing that. You know, like just so that they don't have to think about that. You know, like they just go out there and instant kicks
Instant
in,
kicks in,
practice
yeah.
kicks in, but all the thoughts is the coach is putting that in their heads, you know,
Yeah,
like
man. Shout out to the coaches.
Yeah,
Word.
man. Yeah, so it's
I,
good,
I
man.
wonder, do y'all have that experience?
Be humble. What?
Like, because I know you coach, right? Do you have, because so like, I've never been a coach. Ish, have you been a coach?
nah, I've never been a coach. I'm a teacher.
So that's
Oh,
fire.
one thing I forgot to
Oh,
say. I'm an adjunct at Pace University.
Nice. So you teach too. So you work with students. Yeah, teacher, coach. It's kind of
Yeah,
same.
so I just wanted to tap into your brains, or even myself, because I have a funny little story of when I was coached and how I didn't hear my coach and I ended up losing what I was winning. I think that's the story already, short, long story in the wrestling. And I just wanted to tap into y'all, like, do y'all have that experience that Ish was just speaking of like, I got that perspective and I'm trying, like, this is a coexisting thing. Although you are shining and it's all you, you know, boxer, student, like, we are here together. Like, I can't, this won't go nowhere if, you know what I'm saying, a teacher teaching you don't hear, right? Purchase, coach, I'm seeing something and I'm telling, love, pace. I'm teaching something, I'm seeing you on the soccer field and like, yo, bro, if you go right, I'm telling you, they don't got you on the right. You know, like, have you experienced good and bad? You know, what are your experiences trying to get a message across?
Oh, well, if it's coaching, I mean, it's
Something that you recall.
yeah. Well, in the coaching is it depends on the coach, you know. I think, but for me, my style was to bring that humility and to try to have any player I coach understand that it is a team. Like, these are team sports, and that everyone matters, from the person who's willing to pick up the equipment at the end of the day to the guy who's the nicest on the team at the sport. Like, everyone's just equally as important, and the role is just as important. So I you know, it's a work in progress, obviously, because that's something that folks have to also have instilled in them. So, you know, you kind of work with people who don't have that instilled in them, but, you know, such is life.
Ish?
And,
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You know, you go.
No, I'm good. Yeah.
Love.
So I don't have too much on that. I guess I thought I answered the question. Hopefully.
You did.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah, like I don't think that, because I was never really a coach, and with teaching, to genuinely answer your question, I feel like I faced that more with my little brother.
Mm.
Oh, nice turn.
Because one thing about my little brother and like helping and being part of, like, and being an older brother in a way that I don't feel like I had the knowledge and tools to be that for my siblings closest to me, like my sisters. With him, with my youngest brother, he's 15, about to be 16. I have a lot of tools now that I didn't have when I could have been a better brother for my younger siblings, you know? So having the tools and the knowledge, the vocabulary, the ability to remove myself from certain situations between him and my parents, and like be a third person, like a third party in raising my younger brother. I feel like I'm able to do things with him that I didn't have growing up. And not because the people in my life weren't there or present. I just think it goes to like tools, you know. Like I studying psychology in my undergrad really unlocked a lot of perspective for me. So when I see the ways like my parents are like parenting my younger brother, that I feel like I could offer a different solution or offer a different route, or like and also like be there with my little brother while he's going through shit, you know, like, because when he's in trouble, a lot of like when I got in trouble a lot of the time growing up, I had my brother with me until he left to the military. You know, like, so my brother set that example for me. But after he left, when I got in trouble, I was by myself. You know, like, I had to sit with my emotions by myself. I had to deal with it by myself. But to, like, be that person for my little brother, that when he gets in some deep trouble or he grounded or something, I can still sit with him in that. You know, like, I ain't grounded, but if you can't play with your Xbox and you got no TV or nothing, that don't mean that I can't sit down and play cards with you and play chess with you. You know, and talk to you and see where your head is at in this groundedness. You know, so in the sense of that, like, I feel like I could coach him through some of those situations, through his feelings in those situations, so that he don't have to, like, feel alone in the ring. Feel me?
That was so well said, Ish. You made me tap into the wheel, because you made me feel things. I felt vulnerable as fuck. Excuse my language. Like, love, bro. That's well said.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard having that you know. So you say you have an older brother and a younger brother.
Yeah, I got. It's 7 of us.
Okay. Yeah, siblings.
7?
Yeah, siblings.
Yeah, it's my older brother, me. I got 3 younger sisters, and 2 younger brothers.
Y'all heard that, world? Wow. That's beautiful.
Responsibility. Well, it's a responsibility.
How much do you have, Al? You have like more than 3.
Well, I do have 4 brothers, but you know, I have 2 that I'm closer to, and then my sister. So I don't really see my 2 other siblings like that.
But you have them. That's 5, right? Like,
6
you're counting
of us.
yourself.
6 of us. 6 of
Oh,
us.
counting yourself as 6.
Yeah, counting myself as 6.
Oh yeah, so you're con 3.
Because counting yourself is 7 or.
Yeah, 7 altogether.
Okay, so 6, yeah. Yeah, but you know, it sounds like you have that closeness. We talked about your
bless
brother.
y'all, man. I love your families, man. I haven't really got to meet Ish's family.
Yeah.
The brothers, yeah.
It's hard playing that role, but I think those things you brought up, man, I keep going for it, man. More love to you. I know it's challenging, and I know it's tough talking to yourself, the head in your, the little person in your head, going through this process. But man, I think it's a blessing for your brother to have you, and I'm sure it's complicated because I'm sure he doesn't listen to you sometimes. or maybe all the times, but yeah, man.
Like Rob was saying, if you go right, bro, you'll be good. Sometimes kids, they just gotta go left. Yeah. They gotta go left just to see what's over there. And
nothing left. Soon, nothing left.
Yeah. But I think the work is important, man. I think ever since you do that, I think hopefully I see as he matures, the lessons continue to seep in, and kind of capture those moments, because that's all it is about. So
you got me thinking. You said talk your shit, and I cannot leave here without talking about Fat Joe. Fat Joe.
Well, yeah, that's good. That's a good thing you said it. I was gonna segue anyway.
Joey
to
Crack.
Be like,
I fucks with you, Joey Crack, until I heard.
Yeah, the certified Gizzly Gobbler.
Gizzly, who came with that term?
He did.
Oh.
He went on his podcast and said, I'm a serial glizzy gobbler. No, wait. Let me explain. No, bro. You from New York. You from the Bronx.
He said cereal.
Get out of here. Now, next thing you know, he's on the cereal box and his little hot dogs in your milk.
Glizzy gobbler, that's crazy. Okay, so I did not know that.
Little hot dog shaped cereal in your milk.
I did not know that Fat Joe, aka Joey Crack, aka Don Cartagena, is not also known as the great. What is it? The Glizzy
cereal Gizzly
gobbler. Now that was okay.
That's
GG.
And Ish. What pisses me off the most is that things that I deem not in his control. I don't know, but I see things. Yeah, I'm gonna get you. Look, I see things and I'm like, but what's this? I see it's like there's cycles and then there's little sporadic splashes, and the cycle is, guys, matter of fact, get the experience. Go to Google right now, whoever wants to go to Google and type in Fat Joe. See how it pops up that you don't see. It comes Fat Joe first album, Fat Joe first song, Lean Back, Wiki, Sun, Net Worth. Mine only shows the case because I searched it. I had to search his case. When I put Fat Joe sex, sexuality, set list, series, secret comes up. I'm confused. If it's Fat Joe and P. Diddy as well, I'm confused. Cause I could put.
Well, this is where it gets weird because I guess the cases is very different. Yes, exactly. I was just gonna say that. Right.
Hey,
Unfortunately.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he could pay people to shut up.
I mean,
Like,
Respectfully. I mean, I'm not saying he's guilty.
well, here's my thing about that. My opinion about that too is like, you gotta like, the lawyer that's behind the allegations too. This dude is just going around black culture and like, and is bringing up all the allegations, you know, like it's the same dude. Like, if I'm not mistaken, that was the same lawyer that went after Jay-Z, same lawyer that went after Shannon Sharp, same lawyer.
Okay.
It's the same dude, if I'm not mistaken.
With the salacious fucking lawsuits and shit. That
And all of them are big money lawsuits.
Right. I mean, these days, yeah.
So that's one thing. That's one thing. Like, not to because again, they all allegations.
Yeah.
Whether,
I mean,
whether it happened or not, like it's following. I think that's something that you gotta look at as well. You know, because there's a white lawyer coming at all of our favorite idols in culture. You know, like, and. Yeah, it's something that's something to know in this with this one too.
Yeah, I think.
Please, the cup is right there next to the fence.
I appreciate you saying that too.
Rob, I told you not to get lost in the shadows, bro.
He wants to get water break.
Yeah, gotta stay hydrated.
So yeah, no, I think that's what struck me about the case is once I found out that it was his hype man, I thought it was an interesting one. You know, his hype man being the one accusing him of you know, unwanted sex acts and other things, and then saying that he helped write some lyrics and he never got credit for them, which honestly that I do believe, because that actually happens a lot in the music industry. The music industry, no one likes to give credit. There's a lot of people that are responsible for a lot of hits that have not been credited for. All you see is the singers and the producers. Yeah, man. Even Timbaland. I don't know if y'all know about Timbaland.
No.
Even
the AI thing.
The AI thing. But Timbaland for a long time has also been known for even jacking some of the beats that he's slapped his name on that he didn't really do.
Not valid.
But so that's the part that stood out to me when I looked at this. I was like, is this another one of those like, you know, but just like
impure.
Like TMZ kind of things, you know what I mean? Like, is it just another thing here to get us?
Yeah, cause here's the thing too. Like that case when it comes to Fat Joe, like it wasn't him bringing it up. That accusation was a retaliation.
Oh.
You know, cause Fat Joe was the first one because his hype man was. Like, cause you know everybody in hip hop now got their podcast. All the old heads of hip hop are doing their podcast and like talking about the when hip hop was starting and where it was at and all that. And he was on a podcast apparently and was just saying stuff about Fat Joe. And Fat Joe was like, "Yo, I don't like," and probably because he started his podcast too, but even probably not because of that, because Fat Joe is still present. In the face of culture right now, but he sued him for
defamation.
Yeah. So after he did that, then homie came out with the allegations. You know, like, so it to me, I think it's gonna get dropped. To be honest, but we'll see.
No, I like that. You think it'll get dropped? So you alright?
I
lean back, crack. Lean back, crack. You got this, huh?
Just
again, okay. I didn't know that he was a chismoso. He's been doing that to hip hop. Dike, no, nadie sabe la verdad. All right, we gotta just wait. Time, okay.
I mean, yeah, we should, because you know, a lot of times, unfortunately,
These are
you know,
things.
people in this industry are money hungry, you know, and they really do things, and they'll use whatever. You know, this guy will probably come out and say he's part of the Me Too movement, but he don't give a shit about the Me Too movement. He just wants to sue Fat Joe and get his millions.
Yeah, he's trying to collect his bag, and then then that's my thing. Like these allegations like this, you always talk about the allegations. You know, like you never, like, if they get dropped, we never talk about them getting dropped. Right. You just remember the allegation.
Yeah.
Like, it's always like, yo, but did he get sued for this? You know, like, nobody remembers
that they got dropped
when it gets dropped.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. I mean, yeah, I hope part of that is not because people are jaded anyway and they think it's all fucked up. Because, look, I'm not going to lie. There's a part of me that's like, so he's claiming that Fat Joe was trying to holler at some 15-year-olds? Honestly, I believe it. I could see it. You know how many fucking grown niggas at the club I seen trying to holler at high schoolers? A lot. So, you know, Fat Joe's not any, like, you know, it's not, yeah. I wouldn't put it past him is what I'm saying. But, like, I do think there's something wrong about people being able to just sue others for whatever reason. Like that, I'm not okay with that either. Like, you know, if he did what he did, hopefully he does get justice. There's justice eventually and karma comes back to hit him.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's not hopefully. I think it's just.
I don't want to be okay with people being able to just, I don't know, you sued me, so I'm going to sue you back and say some wild shit about you. And now, like, we're going back and forth, you know? Yeah. And then, like, all that is remembered, all these allegations, but not the fact that we actually settled them, you know? And
yeah.
That's a little crazy.
No, facts.
Yeah, like, I hope the truth comes to light. Because truth always does eventually.
Always prevails, baby.
But, you know, that's why I'm going to bring it back to, like, you know, your conversations with your brother, Ish, and I appreciate you even sharing that moment, because I'm sure there's a lot of brothers, and I've talked to a lot of brothers who struggle. My relation with my brother, thankfully, there's love there, you know, but it's not perfect. And so I know it's tough to have that, you know, sometimes manage that and navigate that with vulnerability, especially. Because, again, we're growing up, you know, we hard, you know, we don't, you know, we're not supposed to be talking like this for too long, you know, to get this kind of love and support. So... And we want to do that to not, like, so they don't fall into shit like this, man. So you don't get no stupid ass allegations against you where you're doing dumb shit in the club and people could accuse you of talking to fucking minors or being a chimoso, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta raise, you know, you raise our brothers better, man. They stay away from this bullshit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give them the right guidance. You don't get caught up in shit like this.
You know, my story's different.
It's enough of this in the world, bro, to get them to steer the other way.
But mine are sisters, you know what I mean? And the whole gender divide, you know, love to my older sister, you know what I mean? Because she's the leader. I see it in her now. I feel it. You know, she's helped me out these past few weeks. Conversation, financially, on God, like, just, like, beautiful, man. And it wasn't always like that, you know, she had a journey.
Yeah, for sure.
She had a journey.
Yeah, because, I mean, big brother, big sister is older sibling, you know. I don't think it's a gender thing. I think they just, you know, they function differently for us, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, love.
An older sibling, I do think, because, you know, for the most part, is that older sibling. Because, yeah, I know some...
There's Daida for you, right?
Yeah, but then I also know some people who have older sisters who are, like, you know... like niggas, you know what I'm saying? They don't really check up.
Because they had to.
You know, they don't really check up on their younger siblings.
Jessica was there. That she had to go and. I love Kendrick's line in I think it's called Mirror. I choose me. I'm sorry. I choose me. I'm sorry. I think it's called Mirror, and it's on Mr. Morale, and he goes, "I'm sorry that I didn't save the world. I was out building my own." You know what I mean? I'm sorry I didn't save the world, my friend. I was too busy building mine again. Yeah. I choose me. I'm sorry, and I just relate to that song, bro. That's why I was like, damn, Mr. Morale missed me with the whole. I don't want to get into that, but the whole Jesus symbolism of a human self. So I you know, I ain't gonna hold you. I was reluctant. I kind of was like afraid that he was going down a less chaotic Kanye thing, you know. And I just feel for my artists. I feel for my creators, because, you know, I just feel for us, bro. I just feel for us. And
But what were you saying about your sister?
that she wasn't always this.
Okay.
She wasn't always becoming like, I feel like she's becoming a matriarch. Or is it, what is this? Yeah, the matriarch, like, you know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, because she's literally conversing with all of us. It's not just me. You know what I'm saying? She's going through difficult conversations with so many of us that I'm witness to. And the more that I know I'm not witness to. And I'm just like amazed because she was never bad. She just had to, like, you know, she disappeared. And, you know, then she has her child at 21. God bless. I love my man Daryl. He's at work right now getting that money.
Right. So I guess like you and Ish kind of have that like y'all didn't have the older sibling that was able to be there for you at a time.
Yo, hey.
No, yeah.
In a sense, right? In a sense, is what I'm thinking. Because I mean, I did technically have my sister.
I already cut it. He got 7. You know? I don't know where he left.
Because my experience is just that, like, definitely going through things, but I don't want to say alone. I say lonely because you know I did.
Yeah, because I wasn't alone.
Right, I had support around me that I was able to reach out and did look out for me though. But it's tough because in your case, you know, brother military. Sister had her family and couldn't really like be there for you like that, you know.
And my family huge, so though my brother wasn't there in the crib, like I also had like older cousins that I was
That's
able
a blessing,
to look
to
a little bit, you know, like. But the difference to me, the difference was like when was that home that body at home, you know, like that person that I could look. That I could lean over and have that conversation to, like in the crib, that I had like access to them almost all the time, you know.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that until I moved, because I recently moved out the crib, like I made sure that I was that full Wesley, while I was still in the crib.
For sure.
Shout out to that, man. Shout out to. You know, shout out to building your own, man. Shout out to you, man. Like, that's important, bro. I'm proud of you for that. I want to say that publicly. You know what I'm saying, I'm proud of you for this. Not that we're closing out, but
we are an hour in though, so I do want to make note of that.
Thank you, 1 hour.
I feel like we're just getting started.
Yeah, we're like an hour and 10 in. I mean,
thank you, 1 hour.
So I just wanted to highlight that though. No, listen.
You always the man with that, bro.
I'm not in no rush necessarily.
My man got structure, bro. My man got it.
No, I just looked at the time and
I know you need that though. You need that though,
man. It helps.
Like one most recently, I was at a talk back with the man himself, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And he one of the things he said in that talk back that stood out to me so much was just like you gotta surround yourself with like-minded people and set deadlines. You know, like so to have that structure, you need to surround yourself with people and then build structure.
Yeah.
If you don't got that structure,
that's a fact.
Like you can surround yourself amongst great people and do nothing and get nothing done. You know, because everybody's aiming to be doing stuff. But if you put yourself like, and then hearing about the session y'all had last week, because Rob was in the sky Thursday after that session. You know, like. And I think the beauty about that session was how much structure there was to it. You know,
while keeping it fun, yeah, man, it was crazy.
Yeah, you know, like I don't know if y'all want to share little details of what the structure was like for the people, but like.
Yeah. Oh, it was pretty cool, man. Yeah, so it was. I think for two things, I would say like, what was beautiful is music creation. I think there's something therapeutic about the music creation process, especially when it doesn't feel forced. You know, forced. You know what I mean? Like once it's like we jamming, you know, as they say, right? You jam out. So what was cool is that when we met up, it was what, like 7 guys. We was like 7 of us in a room, 7 guys, 7, 8 dudes in a room, and I had the beat machine going. I'm playing beats, and after a while, it feels like, you know, we just warming up, right? So
I know Rob don't like this, but I have to pause now.
Yeah. Sorry, my pause. I did. Yeah, my fault. Paul, you right. Hey, damn, you right. Damn,
my man.
Fuck.
I must be a gobbler.
I must be a guy.
Cause I missed that, boy.
I missed that too. But yo, damn, you got me. Fuck, that was crazy.
Boy, you just did a swim.
That was crazy. That was a bit crazy. Nah, you're right. That was a bit crazy. I should change that. Hold on. Let me. Where the camera? Hold on. That was crazy. That was crazy. Ain't better in the room with a beat machine. That was crazy. That was a little crazy.
We just had a Jada and Joe moment. Oh my God.
Now, here's the thing. I honestly only did that because last time I was with Rob, he had like a whole moment about the whole pause torture. I usually don't even do it, to be honest.
Talk about it, bro, so I can save my voice, please.
Yeah.
Nah, that's cool, because it's jokes. I think it's a time and a place, man. It's funny. Like, I know, obviously it stems from homophobia, part of it, but like, I do think there's a little gray area, you know what I'm saying?
It is homophobic, but I mean,
I've seen gay people tell each other pause, you know what I'm saying? So like,
it doesn't have to be dangerous.
it doesn't have to be dangerous, but that's why I laughed. I was like, that was a good one.
That was good.
It's like, fuck, I didn't catch that. That was crazy.
Machine.
Hey, yo, that was crazy. Amen with a beat machine. Hey, yo, that was crazy.
That's a new album, y'all.
Amen. No. That
Shout
might
out
show
to
up.
the one in the back.
That might show up on some XX XXX website pop up shit. Hold on.
That's on X.
That's gonna be that porno game you get on your stream shit.
That's the title of that EP.
So I was making music, you know what I'm saying? We were making music. We were jamming, you know what I'm saying? Me and the band. You know what I'm saying? We had a band going, everybody. So it was cool to just like start creating music in the process. And again, it was flowing, bro. Like nobody told me no. At first, we were just listening to like beats. Everybody, what's up? We listen to beats. Yo, how y'all doing? It's been a while. Then I was like, yo, can I just play something real quick? Everybody kind of, let me do my thing. And cooking up, boom, everybody started feeling stuff, dancing. Then it went from like one person, just honestly, what really helped Ish too? I think vulnerability. At least from my perspective, taking like a little, I think watching how sometimes men, and then knowing the men in the room, how they can be a bit like, you kind of hide a bit, you know what I'm saying? So you don't want to do too much. And I do think, a shout out to Rob, he came into the room being himself and vulnerable, and he was genuinely happy to see people, so he showed that. Sometimes niggas be too cool to show you how excited they are to see you after a long time. Yo, what's up, bro? Damn, been a long time. Yo, I'm trying to get like you. You know what I'm saying? But Rob was like, yo, bro, what's up? Talk to me. How you been? Like, where you been at? How you been? And I think that like vulnerability help like people have conversations and be themselves, bro. So, and I think that's what helped, because now, oh shit, I could feel like I could freestyle. And that's, when it comes to freestyling and hip hop, I think in order to get in a flow state, you gotta be relaxed. You can't think too hard about like, oh, I'm gonna go on the beat and be like, yo, I'm gonna rhyme with. Nah, you guys, bro, what's on your mind? Say it, like. And that's what was happening then. I think people just felt comfortable. I don't care if I'm gonna fuck up or if I'm gonna mumble or if I'm gonna be like, nah. Like, I don't care, but I'll give me the mic, I'm doing it. And so that was a key thing. I think, again, people letting loose. And then I think we had someone come in the room that also was feeling the energy, but is also like a doer. Like, so I think it helped to have like
this guy?
Cardio, man. Shout out to Cardio.
No, Cardio, I meant T.
Nah, Cardio.
Tofu Jack.
No, because he was already there chilling. He was part of the. He was part of the like.
Oh yes.
I'm flowing,
hey,
yo, we killing it.
Yes.
Cardio came in. He saw everybody. He's like, yo, there's some freaking creators up in this place. He saw everybody freestyling. He's freestyling.
Yeah, my guy.
And then he was like, yo, we got how do we elevate this? So he thought of a challenge. He's like, I got a challenge for everybody. There's enough rappers in the room. Like, let's spin a wheel, pair each other up, and then you got to make a song within 10 minutes. As a pair.
I forgot about the 10-minute mark, y'all.
Yeah, let's challenge.
Right?
Let's challenge ourselves creatively to try to create a song. And then, sometimes there was a little bit of like, but then, wow, what do you mean create a song? How do we create a song in 10 minutes? Nah, but we got to sit down. We got to write the hook and and he's like, nah, bro, I don't care about that. Like,
I ain't
just
gonna hold
feeling.
You. Go ahead.
Just feeling. Okay. And I'm like, I just want to make beats, bro. Like, let me while y'all talking, let me keep but it was cool to see guys like, it didn't take too long. Guys, no egos. Guys are like, yo, at first it was like, yo, fuck that. But actually, like, yeah, let's do that. You know what? Yeah, you challenging me. I could do that.
I was one of the ones who was confused because for me, actually, Ish is a witness. Like, we also spoke about collaborating and. Oh, come on.
No, you need that right now. You're talking.
We were also speaking of collaborating, and I had to tell him, like, all right, so what's the topic? although like we had the topic, it was like I just needed that. I misunderstood structure, not understanding is already happening, bro. Like or it can happen in amidst the flow, So like
and we were just jamming, At the same time, it was like a level of seriousness because now we walked out of there with we was fucking around and walked out of there with 6 tracks.
Amen.
And honestly, a lot of them got good foundations. Like there were hooks coming up with on the spot that then guys refined on the spot because you only had 10 minutes. But it worked because it wasn't at the same time, just like let your music, like feel the beat, And then we also put beats on the wheel. You had to spin the wheel, whatever beat it landed on. You only had one chance to skip on it, but you had to do the next beat that comes up. If you skip on the beat it landed on, you could choose to skip, but the next beat that pops up and when you spin that wheel, you have to rock with it. And
I love that.
And you got 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes. You and your mans, what y'all want to do? Y'all want to go back and forth? You want to let him sing? You want to let and then no judgment. 10 minutes on the clock. Y'all do what y'all want. Ain't nobody gonna be telling you, yo, you should do this. Yo, how about you come in to be like this? If anything, people were in the background like, fuck, I picked that beat and you got it. Like, damn, I wish it was my turn to get on that. Like, and then in a way, everybody was like feeling it with you. It was just cool, man. Cool, because no egos, vulnerability. Guys are like, we having fun out here. No, like again, who's really trying to outdo each other, outbar each other? Every time somebody says something fire, props. Yo, that was fire. Everybody gave each other love. Cool, man. And so hopefully in the future we kind of like structure that a bit more and make it a thing to help out ourselves as a musician. I know I'm with those kind of jam sessions because again, me as I want to be a performer. I want to be able to provide background music for y'all on the spot while y'all trying to freestyle as artists. Like, let me try to cook up a beat while y'all going. So that's for me.
And let me give you
that's my joy. Bro. That's my joy in it.
This bitch right here because like straight up because. You was just were in
Ish, if you ever wanna I'll definitely tell Rob to let you know have my number.
Dope.
Whenever we put those things together, because it's always good to be around musicians, man. And rappers and artists are musicians too, man. So it doesn't, because it made me think, man. So I was like, man, I don't need a fucking guitar and a drummer to have a band like I would, Which on the side though, I did get to collaborate with guitarists. It was mad cool. I hooked up his guitar to the SP404 and like he was on the guitar and I was like doing shit on the drums. It was cool, man. So getting closer and closer.
I'm loving guitar, man. I started playing guitar in October because Gene shouted him out.
Yeah.
I mean Rob shouted him out. My friend Gene.
Yeah.
He plays the guitar. He's been playing the guitar for quite a few years. And I ended up taking guitar classes, and that's been a huge spiritual journey for me in the last few months.
Nice.
I'll tell you, I last year and now it's coming on a year for Father's Day. I took my dad to a music shop to buy him a saxophone because my dad always wanted to learn to play the saxophone. So this is in Virginia. So I went down and I went into I just looked up music shops in Virginia. I honestly didn't do the amount of research I should have. I just knew that I was like, all right, for Father's Day, I'm gonna get him a saxophone. So walked into this shop. And for Father's Day, they had a special that if you sign up for any classes, you'll get a free guitar.
Oh.
And instead of buying him a saxophone, the dude at the store was like, that's kind of pricey, and you don't even know if your dad really gonna like it. So sign him up for the classes, and you'll be good. You'll save money in the long run. Just rent them out a saxophone, and then. If he keeps going, then you could invest in that.
Right.
So shout out to him because he saved me a lot of money that day. And he got me a free guitar.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Because that's how you got it. Oh, shout out to that.
Guitar.
Yeah, man.
And that was last June. So in August, for my job at Northside, sometimes I do tabling events for communities and to give out information on mental health and things like that. And at a tabling event that I was doing at Boricua College, they closed off the street and had a big event on 145th and Broadway. And there was this company called Internal Creations, And in case anybody wants to know a little more about them, their mission is to teach the next generation classical guitar so that the classical guitarist doesn't die out. And they give free lessons to anyone of all ages, all across the city, 5 boroughs. Um, and all you need to do is show up because they got the guitars. Um, they got the guitars, they got the location. Like literally, all you need to do is show up, and I did. That's what I did. He put me on. He was like, "Yo, yeah, here's the info." Um, their semesters usually start in like October. Um, and the one that I joined just finished in June. So I'm guessing that that's like their time period from like October to June. And I loved it, yo. I showed up, and it was like on this church right by the bridge, the George Washington. Um, there's a church right there, and I went in, and my guitar teacher, shout out to my guitar teacher, Michele. He was blind. He's blind, and it helped me begin to see the world differently. Just in like the way that I speak, to just be a little more aware, because there's so much things that like because we have sight that we take for granted, you know, like
Yeah.
whenever he needs to use the bathroom, or like whenever he's looking for some of his belongings, you know, like he relies on us to help him get to it a little faster, you know. And I can't be like, yo, it's right there, because he don't know what that is, you know, like he don't know where there
Right
is.
there is, yeah.
So I have to describe it, you know. I have to be like, yo, like it's on the table next to your guitar bag. He knows where his guitar bag is, so he could find exactly,
quicker,
you know, like, and that those little things you take for granted. But like when he plays the guitar, when he's like in his element, when he's aware of the stuff that's around him, and you know that that's like his face, he kills, yo. Like I feel like I found my sensei in a sense, you know, when it comes to
Master
guitar.
Splinter.
Yeah, yo, like because when he just even the way he like handles the guitar, like every time I pick up my guitar, I'm like, oh, you know, like my baby, but this dude like grabs it and starts playing it like a cello if he wanted to, like just like pulls on the strings and knows the tension that's on the guitar, so that it don't snap, like and we'll start playing notes like on the neck of the guitar versus like down at the bass. Like this dude, he could do it all. And then
top notch.
Yo, he's up there, bro.
Master,
like
yeah,
he's a master.
I got a question. Did he ever share with you that was he like? Was he one of these? Because I don't know, like if you go there and it's professional, or does he give personal information? Was he one of these? And forgive me if like, this is wrong. Disabled men who felt that he had the experience of like heightened senses from losing a sense?
No, man, I think that naturally happens, you know?
I don't know, yeah. Did he share that?
Like, I don't think I've ever asked him that. I feel like that would be like a good conversation to have with him. But he definitely has an ear, bro, because there's been times that I play my guitar and he's just like, well, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because he could hear the notes easy. You know, like whenever I'm playing the song, he knows exactly what note I played, where I played it on the neck of the guitar because of the pitch. Like he knows exactly. Like if I play a finger wrong, he'll be like, why'd you just play that fourth finger? Like on some Stevie Wonder, bro. Like why'd you do that? Don't do that. That sound bad.
Wow.
That sound bad. Don't do that. But it's been a real spiritual journey for me, you know, like to learn from him, because to be able to teach in a position like that where it's like he can't see what I'm doing wrong, but he can hear it. So for him to listen and be able to explain exactly what I did wrong, instead of just showing me, like he has to explain it. So it's like it adds a whole nother layer of teaching, you know. And yeah, like I love that journey, man. Picking up that new instrument for me has been
that's dope.
It's been a big highlight for me this past year of just.
For me already this week, man. Shout out to you, Ish. That seriously. Shout out to you. Shout out to your teacher. Shout out to like we have to discuss ableism. You know, at some point, you know, we'll structure it, we'll talk about it, we'll figure it out. To be respectful because, you know, I remember being in school and learning, you know, ROBERTO maybe or O maybe.
My man tried to sign that one trying out. It's like
I gotta get my cousin on here so she could do it.
Oh, I don't think I'm very wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. ROB.
Yeah, I think the B is like
that might be B.
R, I think, and then I remember T, and I think an O, or is it like the second one?
E,
but
like
still,
E.
what bothers me about that is that, you know,
I still remember how to spell my name.
I'm gonna come, but like that's so you know what I mean? I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
So I never took the step of like incorporating. That's why I say, you know, accessibility is like I have a so my brother so I have a sister-in-law then I guess, you know, shout out to I don't know names. My sister-in-law, man, we're having a great conversation and it was during my niece's B-day, and she was just expressing how like she wants to get out there, but she almost didn't get out there, and love to her for going out there. Chave, man, love to you, man. Chave, get out here, man. Love to you, man. She ain't shy. She be like, Robert, I don't care. But like she was talking about like there's no accessibility in Jersey. So like, you know what I mean? So and that's just Jersey what I know. Like who knows where else? Like people travel and see like, dang, how somebody in a wheelchair supposed to get up here? Like
like Copy's building. How do people get up Copy's building? And then my boy Copy, he's in the Heights. That's why he lives in one of those pre-war buildings with no elevator on the fourth floor.
Bro.
And we just walked that shit up. I was tired that day.
Yeah.
That day we freestyled.
Shout out to Tommy Pistola. My man brought a catered beer.
Case of.
Yo.
How many beers was in that shit? I don't know how he walked up the stairs.
It was like rows of
Dude.
five.
I live in a 5-floor wall.
Had to be 50.
I'm on the first.
Okay.
Nah, he's valid. Super valid.
Okay.
Super valid.
Cause dude, 5. Oh my god, when you lived in there, you had to carry those couches. Oh my god.
Don't remind me.
Ooh, that's no accessibility right there. No, New York is usually pretty terrible with accessibility. I know they're doing a lot better in some areas. I know the MTA has tried to improve with like access to escalators, elevators, but it's usually pretty bad, man. It's usually pretty bad. There's lack of bathrooms. There's a lot of lack of accessible bathrooms, man. I mean, listen, the list goes on and on, but yeah, I do think from what both of you are sharing does remind me of like it would be cool to just give it some time and space. I mean, me even talk about our own struggles with ableism because you know I still have my ways in which I'm learning because I have the privilege of still sight and smell and touch, you know, and so I have often overlooked how some people don't have these things, you know. So I'm guilty. I've been guilty for sure of that. So and then there's much more to learn, which I think will be even much more important to learn and then teach others, man. Because I do think it's important we look out for everybody as much as possible. But yeah, man, we are in the 1 hour 30 mark. I do have to get going. It is about 10, which is often usually our time, but man, this is great. Listen, trust, I had more questions to go. We didn't even get to our biggest topic, but I do think one of our other big topics, Fat Joe was a big one. But which is, you know, the stupid stuff that's happening politically. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So whoever knows,
I'll gladly come on again, yo.
I
love this conversation. We gotta keep it going.
I appreciate your
Salute
perspective.
to you, Recon. ISMAEL Castillo. Yeah, I heard it, man. Actor, writer, producer, swimmer, lifeguard, guitarist.
But he's former lifeguard.
Mine too. Shout out to Broken Box.
Okay, nice. But former lifeguard. If you see Ish out there in the beach, he's not gonna save you, B. Let him swim.
I know.
Let him swim in peace, B. If you see him out there. But that's in Miami. That's crazy. So wait, going back real quick before we do wrap up. What was the name of that? I want to give them a shout out. You said they do free classical guitar lessons. That sounds fire because
No, yeah.
you know,
'cause
again, that's learning an instrument is self-care, man. So if anybody needs any ideas, I think that'll be a great one. If you're, I don't care, it doesn't matter if you're fucking 70 years old, man. If you've always had an itch for playing a guitar, you wanted to, there's folks offering classes and free. Look at that here.
Yes.
Oh,
And I
dude.
love it. I love it because it's a great way to try
You
something
make a
new,
dance.
Yeah.
to meet community,
Yes.
to cope, because music is it's a
That's
great
a
way
fact.
to just cope.
That's a fact.
and especially for young kids, even older people too, because
That's
some of the
what I'm
people
saying.
that
That's
I
what I'm
took
saying.
classes with, they were like, one of the ladies to her playing the music was her way of finally choosing her.
Wow.
And she was like in her 60s, you know, and she was like, I'm doing this because like I had my kid. Her husband had like passed away recently, so, and she spent so much time taking care of him before that, and then before he got sick, it was just raising her children. So like picking up the guitar for her was like, this is me choosing me finally.
Wow.
You know, so this
Shout out to
company is
that, man.
called Internal Creations.
Internal Creations.
Let me write that
Oh,
down,
Fuck
man.
with that.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they
no, shout out to that, man.
offer it all over the city. There's some places in the Bronx. I think the Bronx location is specifically for children.
Even better.
But the location that I was at, it was by George Washington, right under the George Washington Bridge on like
The
179.
GW.
Yeah, there's a church there that was like all ages. I know they got some locations in Lower Manhattan and in Brooklyn, and it's free. Like all you have to do is show up. You know, like
That's the hardest part.
That is all.
and that's the hardest part.
That is the hardest part.
I've been experiencing that. That's right now. That's right now.
It's
That
hard.
is
It's
the
hard.
hardest part.
Yeah.
But if you got that support system that could get you there,
For sure. Do it.
or even if you get there, they become that support system for you to keep going. You know, so
Yeah, you can't do it alone, y'all. You can't do it alone. You could try, and that's beautiful. But at some point, you're going to have community.
Mhm.
And that's a blessing. That is not a distraction. That is not a challenge. That's love, man. You know?
Yeah, man. Shout out to that, man. Shout
And
out
that's
to
love,
that,
bro. I
man.
appreciate you for being here, showing up, and for saying that you come again.
Yeah,
Even
for
if you
sure.
don't.
Manuscript,
And it's like, no, there's a timing on it. Like, love, man. The no time better than the present, bro. And y'all, you killed it, man.
Yeah, appreciate
You
you.
killed
man.
it, my guy.
As always.
Ish,
man.
I wish I could. Like, clink,
Yeah, man.
clink, clink, clink. Oh, let's do that.
Thumb wrestling and stuff,
No,
but
the Gerald and Arnold.
Wow, the Gerald and
Yeah.
Arnold.
Yeah, let's do it, guys. Let's do it.
He said that. Oh shit, that's cool, man. But it's a manuscript, man. Every Monday, especially even the summer, we might even do remote locations. Who knows?
Ooh.
Sometimes we bring the show on the road. There's a lot to always talk about. Again, we didn't finish today, but I'm sure the news of today is gonna be also next week. As long as other stuff, man. So, June is still Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, so this is dope to hear. We definitely got a shout out. No, but it was good because I think again some of the stuff we've talked about today was mentioned in terms of the way you could just take care of yourself, man, especially as men. You know, Ish brought up swimming. I mean, if you can get yourself to some body of water. If you don't like to swim, I think even being by some water, being in nature, that was one of the challenges we have for each other. Is a great way to self-care,
good way to
reset
end it,
the
Papa.
mind. And then so we did have a challenge last week. So last week's episode we had a little bit of technical issues with. We did record it.
Yes.
We didn't go live, but we recorded it. We've been trying to post it because the challenge of last week was about meditating. And honestly, I've had a tough one meditating. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And funny enough, there's a situation that happened over the weekend that makes me think I should be meditating.
Amen.
I should be meditating. Stark reminders. So I'll pick it up this week. It was basically we try to challenge ourselves to meditate for at least 5 minutes a day, and then come back the next week and kind of report on it. Like, yo, what was that like to meditate just for 5 minutes in your day? And by meditate for real, man. Close your eyes, silence, no music. Like meditate, silence. If you want to use some guidance meditation, that's cool. but try to meditate for 5
A
minutes.
good guidance meditation app that I was on for a while. That I would love to get back on, honestly, but Headspace is a good,
Yeah, I heard a good,
really
lot of
good guidance
Headspace.
meditation app.
Oh,
They offer like a
No, I
free
don't
version,
call, I don't
but
call.
they also have like a pay-to-play version too.
Of course.
But but even
It's worth it.
free.
Yeah,
the
free stuff.
It's good too. Yeah. Because I really enjoyed it, I ended up paying for it for like
That's
a
good.
year.
I mean, honestly, it's a good investment. Yeah.
That's always a good
Yeah.
feeling. You know what?
All
I like
time to
this
get back
whole
that,
bonus.
man. Yeah, let's get back to it, man. Meditation is definitely important. One of those things we can at least do for our days. Again, we tackled a bit here, just a little bit in some of the struggles, I think, and some of the more negative cultural beliefs that I think men still hold about health and ourselves, and so mental health being one of them. So meditation. I'm sure if I talk to my dad about breathing for 5 minutes, closing his eyes, he gonna look at me like I'm dumb.
Yo no
So-
tengo sueño.
So, you know what I'm saying? But it's like we got, these tools are here, man, for a reason. And these are ancient tools, man. We're not talking about some shit that got invented 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Meditation is an ancient tool, man. So it's important, I know. So we could keep that as a challenge for this week. We do last week.
I love that. I'll join in on the challenge.
Meditation, 5 minutes per day, starting tomorrow into the next week. So from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and then again come back Monday.
I like that.
So try to meditate 5 minutes per day.
Like that.
Again, 5 minutes. How many minutes are there in a day? Is it 20, 60?
Jeez. And with
It's
that,
about
guys, we're
240,
out of here. We
yeah.
got no more minutes.
Yeah, all the math. It's 240 minutes in a day, some shit
We
like
got
that,
no more
man.
minutes.
Or 360, 360.
How many minutes
Whatever,
left
my
is
math
this
is way
episode?
off. I don't know no math. My math is terrible right now.
100.
72 minutes? 720 minutes?
Yo, you
In a day?
hilarious.
What's 60 times 12? That's what I'm trying to figure out. 60 times 24. 24.
Yeah, you get it by
60
doing 6
times
times 12. So then you're getting like
720, 720 times 2.
Isn't it?
Bro, let's Google this shit. Man. You're thinking too hard.
We got it. Let me get off, bro.
Yeah.
'cause
See, honestly, this is good self-care too. It's good to do some math in your head, man.
Yo, ciao. Peace.
Don't let AI give you all the answers. So what you got? My answer's
It's like 1,000.
440 minutes in the day.
You said what? It's 60 times
like
12?
60 times 24, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
like
we got that. Yeah, 1,440 minutes.
1440.
So out of 1,440 minutes, we're challenging ourselves to take 5 minutes per day. Again, for some context, that's 10,000 minutes in a week. And we're talking about taking 35 minutes out of 10,000 to meditate. Y'all think that's possible? Y'all think we could do it?
God willing.
Absolutely. Let's get it done.
Let's get it done, man. That's all it takes is 5 minutes. And listen, I always joke around that some people take a shit in the bathroom and last 20 minutes, 30 minutes, nigga. So if you can't meditate for 5 minutes, you got some problems, dogs.
Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. I believe very well said.
One of my favorite lines that I'd be using in the rehearsal room with Broken Box is, yo, there's nothing left to it but to do it.
Yeah.
Yo, that was
That's
like
it.
in a 90s movie, right? That shit was like valid. Like, you made me think
I
of
don't
it.
know. We just be saying that. So on that
Fire,
meditation
bro.
note, there's nothing left to it but to do
To
it.
do it. That's right, y'all. So again, y'all, thank y'all for anybody who tuned in this time. I know y'all be checking in. Appreciate you, Ish. Again, we'll be back again next week.
Y'all, and stay tuned in
Your
a little bit
boy,
after, you heard?
yeah. Don't technically sign off. I'm just signing off for the live stream, and we usually stay on. But we here live. Thank you, everybody, man, for y'all tuning in. And again, thank you, Ish. And we'll be back for some more, y'all, next week.
Love. Yo.